everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to try something new. As always, we're going to go into the Italian field today and make some chicken Alfredo with broccoli and mushrooms. If you don't really like those veggies, you can pick one or the other, it's fine. In my family, we're big veggie lovers, so we like it all. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you the ingredients separately from what we're going to do. But before we get started, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more about myself and just a little bit background about me and about cooking, basically. So I come from a long line of women. On my mom's side, she has 3 sisters and my grandparents, and on my dad's side, he has 4 sisters and he's the oldest. So food is a big deal. We eat every day. We have barbecues, we have get-togethers, we have celebrations, holidays as well. So cooking has always been a big thing in my family. We have, like I said, many women, but also there's many men as well. And we all like to eat. We all like to challenge ourselves and bring different dishes and what we can do to improve on our health, as well as quality of the flavors, who's allergic to what. And so what I have done is the last couple years I've focused more on myself and wanted to get into my own cooking, my own recipes that I could also impress my mom, my grandmas, and my aunts, of course, as well as my cousins, what I can bring and what can I offer. So before I get too deep into this, I just want to thank you all as well for just being a part of my journey and just discovering the unknown with me as well. For me to get up here and talk to all of you is something completely new. I feel like I've been pushed to do this and to get outside my comfort zone. You know, one thing I didn't mention is I do have 3 sisters. I have 2 older sisters and 1 younger sister. I'm the firstborn from my mom. And my sister Brianna, rest in peace, she is a very good cook and she's always pushed me to create my own recipes. And the last couple years, that's what I've been focusing on. Myself, my health. I have lost about 80 to 90 pounds in the last year and a half or so. And I've completely just transformed myself and the kinds of foods I eat. And what someone doesn't like, I can guarantee that I can give you something that you would love as well. So I have completely been inspired by my family and my sister to get this journey going and just to step outside the box. My grandmother's on my dad's side is 88 and my mom's side, she's 78. So they have taught me the importance of eating healthy and the benefits and how you feel, how we notice of the types of foods that we eat. Yeah, everything is in moderation, but to feel great as we eat our foods and to be more mindful about those types of things. Now, we all love to buy food here and there, but in order to reach a goal, like myself who have lost a lot of weight, we have to prepare ahead of time. So today is a perfect Sunday. I'm going to be making this delicious dish for a family of 6. And we're going to get the week started and staying positive. So now that I've told you a little bit about myself, let me go ahead and show you the ingredients for the chicken Alfredo. So today with the chicken Alfredo, I'm going to first tell you the ingredients that I'm going to use to season the chicken. Starting, we're going to use the Montreal chicken seasoning, garlic powder, Italian, and that's what we're going to use for the chicken. Now for your Alfredo sauce, you can use shredded cheese, or if you want to grate it like I am, is a Parmesan cheese, nutmeg, heavy cream, and black pepper. Parsley for garnishing, the mushrooms that I will be using, the broccoli, it's 1 broccoli head and I do have that in the steamer. It's not on, but got a little carried away. The fettuccine noodles, sea salt, a whisk. I like to season mine on top with crushed red peppers. That's just an option. It's not going in the sauce. Unsalted butter. And cream cheese. Hi! So I'm gonna bring you closer as I'm cooking so that way you can also see the sauce being built and just be all up with the ingredients as well. So once your water is boiling, you're gonna start off by adding some sea salt to your water, just some sprinkles, and then put your fettuccine. I like to kind of separate them all around. That way they can boil evenly and they'll be ready evenly as well. The half bag of mushrooms, I only used half bag because we are using 1 head of broccoli. So to even out the veggies and not to overpower each of them, that's what I did. So right now they're in the steamer and they'll be on for about a good 15 minutes or so. As the noodles are cooking, I'm going to start cooking the chicken. How we're gonna get started on the chicken next. Here at the stove, what I did is I put half of the bag of the mushrooms in the steamer, as well with the broccoli head. It's an even amount. There's not one veggie that overpowers the other. It's in the steamer for about 15 minutes. And then I went ahead and added, as the water was boiling, I added sea salt and put the noodles inside. I made it an even around the bowl. That way it cooks evenly. And now we're gonna get started on the chicken first. Okay, we're gonna get started and season the chicken. So we're gonna start off with the Montreal chicken. Garlic powder. And then Italian. You're gonna flip the chicken breast over, and as you can see, I did cut them in half. Not only do they cook evenly this way, but that is a good size. That's a good size of chicken that you're gonna need for your Alfredo. Okay, so I did get 4 chicken breasts, and I cleaned them really well. I pat dried them, and now I'm gonna season this all. Okay, so now we're gonna start cooking the chicken and then we will start making the sauce. Okay, so you're going to put your temperature on a low to medium heat. I did add 4 little slivers of unsalted butter. Once it melts, you're gonna go ahead and start adding your chicken to your dish. So depending how you like your seasoned chicken cooked, you're gonna cook it for about 6 minutes. So it's not gonna give it a dry texture at all. You're just gonna make sure that it's cooked inside as well. Once it cooks for 6 minutes, you can go ahead and flip it over. Once the chicken is ready, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how it's supposed to look. Okay, so the first step you're going to do is cut 4 small pieces of your unsalted butter, about this amount, about 4 of them, and then you're gonna put it on your pan on a low to medium heat. So I have about 3 to 4 as the number size. And then you're gonna add your seasoned chicken. You're going to cook your chicken for about 5 to 6 minutes and then flip it over and cook it on the other side. I'm gonna show you after the chicken is ready how it's going to look. It's gonna be juicy and it's gonna be well cooked, not burnt. Just by looking at the chicken, you're gonna see that it's tasty. Okay, so once your first round of chicken is ready, you're gonna go ahead and turn off the steamer for your veggies, the broccoli and mushrooms, and as well as the pasta. Now you're gonna cook the second round of your chicken. So remember, I had 4 pieces of chicken breast. I cut them in half and made it 8 pieces, and now I'm cooking the second part of the chicken. The remaining 4 pieces. So it's gonna cook for about 6-7 minutes, and then we're gonna flip it, and I'm gonna show you how all the chicken looks. Okay, so this is a second round of chicken. I added 4 more little small slivers of unsalted butter. Added the chicken. This is how great it looks. The fettuccine. And sorry, it's all steamed up. I'll show you more on the plate. I'm about to take this chicken out right now. Don't mind this in the background. I'm making some beets for my aunt. They're so good for you. One of these days I'm going to show you how to make my beets recipe as well. Stay tuned. Now onto the sauce. Look how good the chicken looks. Well seasoned. Look how juicy it is. Now we're gonna get started on the sauce. You're gonna use the same pan with the leftover residue from the chicken. First step we're gonna do is, once again, chicken Alfredo is really creamy and it's a lot of butter. By using unsalted butter, it gives you all the benefits to it. You don't need salted butter because the Parmesan cheese has a lot of salt in it. So there's a reason why it was unsalted. So let's get started on the sauce. What you're gonna do is four more slices of the butter. And I'm gonna go ahead and get my whisk and start whisking the butter. Okay. Make sure that you have your pan on low. So we're gonna put it to low 1. It matters, especially when you're making a sauce at the temperature. You don't wanna burn it. So now you're gonna get your heavy cream, and I'm gonna use about half of this. So trust the process while this is making. You're gonna grab all the excess residue of the chicken, and all this is just gonna give your sauce a lot of flavor. Okay, so like I said, I used about half of the heavy whipping cream that I got. Just put a little bit at a time. Now for sure I've used at least half as I'm whisking this. Now the next step is going to be your cream cheese. I used about this much, so it's about a quarter of the square or triangle piece of cream cheese that I purchased. It's about a quarter of that. So you're just gonna make sure it melts down as you whisk it. The cream cheese gives the Alfredo a really good creaminess to it. It's very flavorful and delicious. You wouldn't even know that cream cheese is one of the main ingredients to my Alfredo sauce. Okay, once the cream cheese has absorbed into the sauce, you're going to add pepper, you're going to add the same Montreal chicken, little bit of it, just a little bit, into the sauce. Whisk it. Put the remainder of the heavy cream in here. So now it's the other half, which is now being the full heavy cream is being used. And you're gonna whisk it in there. Perfect. So now that it's been whisked in there, the next main ingredient is the nutmeg. Now, the nutmeg, you would never think this would be in here, but it is so delicious. This is the main ingredient for this sauce. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and adjust my camera so you can see me grating the Parmesan cheese. Okay, so now we're going to grate the cheese as the last step. You're just gonna go based off of what you're seeing. You're not gonna have like a complete measurement for the cheese. You're just gonna make sure that it's a good amount, and then I'm going to show you before I start whisking it how it would look. This is how it looks. Now I'm going to whisk it, and once it has absorbed the cheese, I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay, second round of Parmesan cheese being grated. Okay, so this is high quality Parmesan cheese that I did get at Trader Joe's. So you don't need a lot, okay? That's how it's gonna look, and I'm gonna continue grating it. Once it is finished, the sauce will be ready. Okay, so I went ahead and cut about 4 pieces of chicken and just made them into pieces like this. Cut it all the way down. Whatever chicken gets lost, just ignore it. Throw it away after. As you cook, you're going to notice that you're going to be washing your hands more frequently, especially if you're someone who likes to taste the food before it's ready. You're going to definitely be washing your hands more. Also, I wanted to tell you guys, as you are whisking your sauce in the end with the Parmesan cheese, you're gonna whisk it in there for a solid 2 minutes non-stop, slowly moving your wrist, okay? Now what we're gonna do is start adding the fettuccine noodles as well as the veggies. This is how your Alfredo is going to look. Nice and creamy, so delicious. And if you need to add one whole spoon, the soup spoon full of pasta water, you are able to do that as well to this sauce. Now we're going to have the taste test. Now the moment that we've all been waiting for, time to eat. Taste test. I went ahead and sprinkled on some parsley on top. I added some crushed red peppers to my plate only. Wow, so delicious. It's so good. This chicken Alfredo has a really good zing to it. I don't know what other word to use, but the nutmeg in the cream sauce, it tastes like a 5-star restaurant that is not oily at all. The chicken is the perfect seasoning that goes with the sauce. It's not, that's why I do not add salt to it. There's a lot of salt in the Parmesan cheese itself. So overall, this dish with the ingredients that I used, it was perfect. Wow, it's so good. I know my family is really gonna love it with the mushrooms, the broccoli, just a little extra garnishing of the parsley itself, and I didn't add it to the sauce. That way they could taste it without it and with it as well. The sauce is so good. You know, chicken Alfredo is just an American classic that everybody loves. It was one of the most requested videos I've had so far. By any means, if anybody wants a certain type of video, go ahead and follow my Instagram. I'll place it on the description below, and that way I can move it up on the list of the foods that I make. Now go ahead and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you click the notifications button, you can see when my next video comes up. I'm so glad that I'm able to share a little bit more about myself today and my Alfredo recipe and my family as well. And I could share all the love of Cassie's cuisine with you all. Until the next video. Bye! Hi everybody! Welcome back to my channel.